Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're here today to tackle one of the hardest challenges for news publishers, and that is rebuilding revenue in a market that's tougher than ever. Our focus is how AI-powered creative operations can help revenue and operations leaders drive faster revenue growth. My name is Simon Gannon, and today joining me is Kevin Shelcott, who brings a wealth of experience in the publishing sector. Welcome, Kevin.
Hi, everybody.
At Mediaferry, we believe local news is an essential fabric of modern society. It provides the foundation for a free and democratic world by informing citizens, giving communities a voice, and holding those in power accountable. To do that, we need to embrace local communities, local advertisers, and ensure local debate continues to thrive. Our mission is to help publishers protect and grow local journalism because it really matters, now perhaps more than ever. But the harsh reality is revenue leaders are facing the toughest environment yet. Print is still shrinking, digital is chaotic, and advertisers expect more ROI more quickly. And every delay risks lost income. The platforms, formats, and devices that we're expected to deliver are increasingly complex, and that makes it harder to deliver campaigns with any kind of speed and consistency. With print revenue down more than 60% in the US over a decade, it's led to shrinking budgets and resources that are stretched ever thinner. So what are the core challenges that we need to overcome? The first is legacy systems and the disconnected tools that we're using that just create delays, manual workflows that slow things down and cost you in missed sales. Campaigns take too long to go live, sales opportunities are missed, and advertisers just get more and more frustrated. So there's a lot of reports and research that highlight the friction caused by outdated technology stacks. And the key issue that's being reported is slow campaign speed, which is a critical issue for advertisers and makes it catastrophic for news publishers. And what's the result of these sluggish processes? Campaigns get delayed, which means sales are often missed. Advertisers get frustrated, as well as the sales teams, because renewals become at risk and no repeat business is guaranteed. Creative ops inefficiency is directly hitting revenue and ultimately your own profitability. Advertisers want campaigns launched fast with creative that works cross platforms. Without this, they'll go elsewhere. According to the IAB, 72% of buyers expect campaigns live in under 48 hours. And if publishers can't match that, advertisers just go and find other opportunities. So campaigns need to work across all asset formats, print, digital, and video. They need to work across all channels and all ad platforms. They need to work across all shapes and sizes of ads. The one-size-fits-all model just doesn't cut it anymore. And advertisers need data that proves their ROI. Campaign renewals hinge on it. So what does the solution look like? Well, unified workflows and production processes that can accelerate launches are essential. It's got to mean fewer tools that work better together, no more jumping around between disconnected systems. We're looking for one hub to manage all creative operations. And it's about making smarter decisions, clearer reporting, connected data, commercial teams that can see what's working and then scale with confidence. And that's where Mediaferry comes in, an AI platform that's built to deliver creative faster, reduce manual work, and keep advertisers satisfied. Newsquest are a leading local news group in the UK with more than 200 brands across print and digital. Their parent company is Gannett, the largest news publisher in the US. And just last week, I spoke with Alison Headley, NewsQuest's publishing director, about how they're using MediaFerry. Her insights are going to be featured in an upcoming case study, which we'll be hopefully sharing soon. But here's a short clip about how NewsQuest are using AI to enhance productivity and customer service.
So every process that we can look at, we are viewing with an AI eye, as it were. Is there a better way of doing this? Is there a way of automating this? I think it's about productivity.
Yeah.
So it's not about reducing our workforce. It's about customer service, contacting more customers, providing more local news, etc., and really focusing on all the things that regional media is admired for. The community aspect of that, the engagement with our readers and our customers.
So you're probably wondering how it all works. Ahead of our demo, I wanted to just share a quick workflow that you could think about for your sales team. So the first stage is to build what we call brand memory. And we use MediaFerry's AI engine to gather all the brand assets so every ad stays consistent, recognizable, and reliable. Once we've done that, we create a campaign brief. This captures all the inputs, again, driven by AI, and builds a clear, actionable campaign brief. Then we generate assets, which use those creatives from their website, brand memory, and anything else you provide it, as well as the information from the brief, and then it creates a campaign. That then gives you a set of ads that you can share with your advertiser, and we have a streamlined review tool built in, which makes it a really simple process to share assets with them and then get changes made inside the platform without any design help. Then it's time to publish the ads. You connect with any publishing platform, and then you're free to go and close your next bit of business. And so the magic of MediaFerry, I think, is the speed. That's really the essence here. What can take 24 to 48 hours in a studio is reduced to 10 minutes with MediaFerry. And so the benefits for your sales team that use MediaFerry are plain to see. The first thing is that it's really easy to use, and it means that they can get started right away. There's no technical experience necessary. We provide full training and support, but you'll see in a moment how easy it is to get started. And that means that salespeople can start closing deals faster. They can show customers their campaigns live within 10 minutes. They can create spec ads whilst on a call to really ensure they close so that that advertiser doesn't go away, change their mind. And that means they publish more quickly. We can seamlessly handle review and approvals, make quick changes and push to publishing, which means there's less errors and we're getting to market that much faster. And that means your sales team are focusing more on making your clients happy and blending the data that we provide in a unified view that can maximize confidence for the account. And here's some testimonials from senior publishing executives that really can be summarized as MediaFerry makes it faster, more efficient, and more cost-effective. McClatchy in the US, Postmedia in Canada, and National World here in the UK are big, complex publishing groups. And MediaFerry supports them with over 150,000 campaigns each year. So how is MediaFerry different? Well, firstly, we support a wealth of ad formats, sizes, and produce those across digital, video, and print, all ready to be published to the platform of your choice. Often other vendors will only focus on digital, but publishers need more. MediaFerry, it can help you produce print, digital, and video, all from one interface. And again, I'll reiterate that MediaFerry is really built with speed in mind. We do this by accelerating ad production, automating manual repetitive work. The result is our customers are able to dramatically reduce their turnaround times, which in turn increases their sales and their profitability. But will this work within our existing system, you may be asking yourself? Well, we are what we like to call partner and integration agnostic. So that means that we can work with anything. So whether your in-house technology includes Salesforce or HubSpot, Gemstone, Google Drive, Dropbox, or you're reliant on Google Ad Manager, Facebook, or anything else, our open API can connect and integrate with it. We recently announced a partnership with Expanse, who are a provider of creative workflow management tools, as an illustration of our continued work. Our philosophy is not for you to need to rip out your existing solutions. Mediafairy is designed to slot in right beside them to transform your ad hoc workflows. And I wanted to share with you some of our live data. So this is based on a set of 25,000 campaigns that produce 54,000 assets. And of all of the ads that were submitted, 48% were exclusively produced by AI without any human involvement, and 49% were created by AI, and then sales team made some small edits, tweaks to the text or the call to action before they were published. So that means that 97% of the ads on this set were produced without any studio time. So if you think about the cost, the time spent using your own studio or outsourcing to a creative agency, you can already see the savings that Mediafairy brings. So now let's think about the kind of results that Mediafairy is bringing to publishers. Sales teams are reducing time to market by getting campaigns live much more quickly than ever before. And this in turn improves advertiser satisfaction because you're not keeping them waiting for creative to come back, then waiting for amends. You're literally cutting the time they have to wait to go live from days down to hours. And this speed of sale, speed of production, and speed of campaign will help your sales team retain and grow their accounts, and maybe even win back lost revenue to past inefficiencies. So who are we? Who are Mediafairy? Where do we come from? Well, we've got our roots, actually, one of our founders' grandfather, I believe, worked in the print industry back in the 40s. And together with another co-founder, they formed EKCS in 2002 to solve creative ops at scale. EKCS are our parent group, and they built Mediafairy as an internal tool in 2012, and it matured through years of really heavy use, but only internally. And then in 2022, we added AI-powered features and launched the product to the public in 2024. It now supports millions of assets every year. Why am I telling you this? Why am I offering you this history lesson? Well, it's to demonstrate two things. Mediafairy is part of the EKCS group, a really successful media ops company in its own right, and that Mediafairy has been battle tested inside our organization for over a decade now. And it's gone through many iterations and innovations to become the product you're about to see. So without further ado, the demo of our platform, and I'm going to be handing over to my colleague, Kevin Shelcott, for the demo. But before I do that, we need to do a little introduction, as today, Kevin isn't going to be working for Mediafairy. Today, he's working for the Springfield Daily News, and it's Kevin's job to sell digital video and print advertising for the newspaper. And as it's nearly the end of the month and the quarter, he's under a lot of pressure to hit quota. But luckily, he's been given access to Mediafairy's AI ad production tool, and he's been using that regularly. And he's about to speak with one of his accounts, BM Carpets. And he's going to be chatting to Bob, the owner of this local carpet and furniture retailer. Now, BM Carpets have been an infrequent advertiser with the Daily News, and Bob has previously stated that it's the time it takes to get campaigns up and running, which is frustrating. So in preparation for his next call with him, Kevin's created a campaign for BM Carpets using Mediafairy. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you very much, Simon. So yeah, I'm now speaking with Bob from B&M Carpets and Beds, and I'm logging our conversation straight into Springfield Daily News CRM system. We've agreed to create a proposal to run a digital, social and video campaign promoting a 10% discount off carpets and beds. Both campaigns will go across the Springfield Daily News website and social channels and various off-network channels. I'll use two routes to create the campaign creatives, one from AI, using AI, and one using a human designer. And that way you'll see the speed of AI alongside the additional option. Now, with a single change of the status in my CRM, MediaFairy AI takes over.
Kevin, I don't think you're sharing.
I don't need to yet, thank you.
Okay, no worries.
Whilst this is happening, I'll keep talking to Bob, and MediaFairy AI builds the memory for B&M Carpets, pulling in the logo, colours, fonts and imagery. If there's already a brand memory, this step is missed out. AI then enhances my attempt at a campaign brief, corrects my poor grammar and spellings, orders it in the correct way that it will need to do a campaign, and only then does it generate ready-to-use creatives. When the assets are created, a link is embedded into my CRM system on the B&M Carpets deal task, and an email notification is sent to me. I haven't even left my CRM system. So now I'm going to share my screen. And here we go. So hopefully you can see my screen. Now, this is when I click on the link in my CRM, this takes me immediately to this screen here. So I get the campaign view and I have an editing view here. This is the video ad. I'm now going to play this video ad.
Discover quality at B&M Carpets and Beds. Transform your home. Visit bmcarpets.co.uk today and enjoy 10% discount. Call 012 345 6789 for more details.
Now that came back very, very quickly from AI within under 10 minutes. And I also now have the ability, if I so wish, to actually amend this. So rather than put it back into the studio and come back again, and I'm not in control of the deadlines, I can amend it. And so if I click on here, it will take me to the scene. And I've noticed here, I've got into reality twice. So in here, I can come in there. I'm just going to take that out, and immediately it's made those corrections. So I can go through this and make simple corrections myself. I can also crop images, and I can upload replacement images within here. So I click on that, I can change and crop. I can go through any of the scenes and I could make amendments within there. What I can also do is change the voiceover. So within here, I need to make sure I keep within the 15 seconds because this is a 15-second video. I can change what is being said over, but I can also change how things are pronounced. Often AI, even us as human beings, will pronounce it the way it's spelt. And to change the way that it's being read out, you then write it in phonetically. So if you write, I might want to have to put a space between B&M Carpets to make that read. So I just put a space in there and I can run it, and it will then read it. The other day I was putting in $150 and it wasn't quite getting it. So I then just wrote $150 and it got it. And it read it out more fluently than I than it originally did. So I have that ability as well. I can save my changes. And then what I can also do here is I can then share this, and I can share it with, but I can play this with Bob on the screen as well. So at the same time I'm talking to him, I could be then playing the video, see what he likes, or I can share it and I can embed that link into my proposal deck. So that was the video ad, and I showed you how to actually amend that. I'm now going to go on to the digital campaign. So on the digital campaign, what we create is 3 versions of the same brief, so that I can choose what I think that Bob would like for his business, and I can share the best one around that. So looking at this, I can view all of these, but I'm going to view this one. And you can see within here, it has then created all the assets that I've agreed with Bob. I could add Facebook in here and other details, but this is what we've agreed on these formats. And that looks good. But actually, I could make an amendment here. So I've gone through the amendments on the previous campaign. So this time what I'll do is I'll just take you a tour around the product itself. So at the moment I'm in preview, which is where anyone who clicks on the link in their CRM system or their order management system, they will come up to this point. Here they can navigate within MediaFairy AI itself. So they come in here at preview. I can look at the campaign information. The campaign information is what we take from the order booking system or the CRM. So the campaign name is usually the order number or the URM, whatever you term it to be. The campaign objectives and overview, that again is collected in your CRM or your OMS within here. So it's populated straight in here. The images we've either got from brand memory or it's been uploaded into your existing systems. This is what AI has said. This is the demographics. This is the product within here. What we can do is actually make sure that the product itself is, the products are called through from your own booking system. So your packages, they will automatically populate. So this is all coming through API connections through your systems. And the final bit within here, which we've alluded to, is the brand memory. So this is the brand memory for B&M Carpets. And this is all the information that we have for this client and what the assets are within there. And we could add, even if they have a brand guidelines, we can add brand guidelines within here. And that will then make sure that the campaign is created according to those brand guidelines. We also, above brand memory, we have industry compliance. So it might be that if you are selling advertising for finance, that there's industry guidelines have to be followed on that. We can put Facebook rules in here. So when ads are created, they automatically apply the Facebook rules and guidelines. So we're not creating assets which are in breach of any of those rules. And then we don't go through loops of saying, like, when we try and upload it, it gets rejected. So we do that pre-creating the campaign and AI follows it. So I've looked at the options. I'm now going to come back and I look at my previews and I'm going to then share. So I'm going to say this one, I'm now going to share this with Bob, either on the call or I'm going to embed that also in my campaign. So Bob's come back. He loves the proposal, but he wants to make a few changes. Other than that, he's happy to go. Now, those changes I can either do myself, as you already seen, by choosing the editor, or when I change the status, I can ask AI to make those edits for me as well. So all I have to do at this point is then to change the status of that campaign to deal closed, and the campaign is ready to go. That's it. So the only delays are waiting for Bob and I to respond within there. So it's really within our control. Now, I also said that I was going to create some assets using the designer. Well, I'm still waiting for those, and I'm being told that I won't get them till tomorrow as the designers are working on deadline material. And then even when I get them, I might need to make some amendments before I get it back to Bob. And then by then, Bob might not be available and we run the risk of losing the campaign. So I think that tries to illustrate how that quickness keeps that proposal warm and hot, and we fulfill it in a short space of time as possible. So with Smart Design AI, all the campaign moves forward instantly. I stay focused on the client and keeping to our agreed deadlines. And that's how Smart Design AI transforms pre-sales and post-sales workflow, removing delays, saving time, and keeping the client conversation front and center. Thank you very much for listening. I'll hand you back to Simon.
Thanks, Kevin. That's brilliant. Okay, let me just swap us back. Okay. So then, to wrap up, let's summarize today's session. So we know publishers are under intense pressure and advertisers' expectations are higher than ever. But that also means there's real opportunity. The publishers that can deliver faster campaigns with more flexibility, provide a clearer proof of ROI, are going to be the ones that win back revenue and grow their businesses. What excites me is that this isn't just a distant goal, it's happening right now. With Mediafairy, publishers are cutting ad production times from 24 hours to 10 minutes. They're scaling creative across print, digital, and video, and they're keeping their advertisers renewing. But it's more than just efficiency. It's about giving your sales teams new momentum, keeping advertisers loyal, and protecting the future of journalism in our communities. That's the opportunity we believe in, and we'd love to help you make it a reality. So I want to say thank you very much. Thank you to Kevin. And now it's time to open the floor to questions. So let me just stop sharing this and I will find the questions. So if you've got any questions, then do just put them in. There's a box at the bottom there. We've already had some, which I'm going to direct at Kevin. So Victor asks, how do publishers convince advertisers that AI-generated creative is reliable?
I think we have to convince the media companies first, and that's what we're doing at the moment. And whether the media company then decides to inform the advertisers done by AI, I think that's an internal decision. The way that we've worked this with existing clients is we expect the AI to be equivalent quality threshold as anything done by a human designer. And the way that we are logging that and then we're improving AI is asking salespeople to score the ability, the actual the creatives created. And if it below a certain criteria, then they still have the option to have a human designer involved, and that mitigates that risk. So humans are working in the background here. We are, firstly, if a brand memory is not particularly good and it falls below a quality score, a human will get involved and improve that. So in the background, we're using a combination of AI technology and human intervention when required. But at the moment, we find that campaigns that fail are very few and far between. They are meeting that quality threshold. So hopefully that answers the question.
That does, thank you. Okay, we've had one question in from an anonymous attendee. How is Mediafairy AI different from other tools? There are plenty in the market.
That's an excellent question. Our biggest USP is it integrates. It's one solution, 3 channels, print, video, and digital. It integrates into your existing workflow. Therefore, it reduces the friction of sales not being able to take it on board. What we've noticed with other products is you have to go out of your main tool and you have to then load up another tool, and you've forgotten how to do it. Everything that's happening here is in the background, and that's why we're reducing that friction around salespeople adoption. They are very busy. They don't want to become designers, but they do want immediacy and to be in control. So that's how we believe that our product is comparable in terms of quality, but our integration is our USP.
Brilliant, thank you. And we've had another question. Is there a way to try before I buy?
Absolutely. We set up a standalone application, so it won't be integrated into your CRM or your order management system. And we would give you an agreed amount of users for a trial period, agreed trial period, and we would expect you to generate X amount of assets in that trial period, so we can both evaluate, and we will provide you training and support during that as well.
Okay, perfect. Question from Lee. How do you track campaign performance and advertiser satisfaction?
Right, so our advertiser satisfaction, there's two ways. We have got a Looker Studio, which is in the background correcting all the data, which we've currently focused on the quality of the creatives. Our next step is saying, actually, we're comparing that to human designers as well. What's the turnaround? What's the correction rate? So we're comparing that to human designers. So we've got a direct comparable. The next thing that we're bringing into that data, because MediaFairy also integrates with the down system publishing systems, Google, Facebook. We are then taking the data from there, seeing how that campaign is performing, and then comparing that to and agreeing what those metrics are. Is it viewability? Is it click-through rates? Is it brand awareness? And then we're comparing ads which are done by a human designer. And then we can say, was that performance any better or worse? And what do we need to tweak it moving forward?
Okay, thank you. We've got a question actually about how salespeople are experiencing this kind of new tool, and how do they take to AI ad creation easily? Are they open to change the way they work? And what do they say about it?
Okay, you get there is a spectrum of adoption. You get the ones who are absolutely, the high end, they're quick to adopt and they absolutely love it. You've got the people in the middle who need a bit of encouragement, and you get the people at the bottom who really are terrified of any technology, and we need to encourage them. And so what we're doing around this, and again, it comes back to data. We then provide data to the publishing companies. It says, okay, this is what the uptake is. This was your opportunity. These are ads that could have done AI, but they weren't. And these campaigns by these users haven't come in. So we're creating sort of league tables around regions so they can benchmark each other. And it is about a cultural change. There is, some people are scared of AI and what it can do, but we have to work on that cultural change and use data and make sure we're creating a memorable experience for them. So those that are on the bottom end of adoption, we slowly get them on board. But at the moment, we've got users who any campaign they will put through AI first. That's the way it's got to now.
Yeah. Okay. One final question then, Kevin. What is required from our teams to implement MediaFairy? What's the standard kind of process?
Okay, so you go through your pilot, you evaluate the product. We will then, if the product's successful and you think, yeah, we want to roll this out, we then talk to your technical team. We expose our APIs, and they will then and between us, we will connect through those APIs. We have a standard API schema, and you'll connect through that. So we want things like products, statuses coming across. We will send some statuses back, and we'll send the links back. So there is just a bit of plumbing to be done between the two systems, and your existing workflows continue. If you've got an agreement with an existing provider, or you've got in-house designers, that can continue in that route. And the way that we've encouraged adoption hasn't been a forced event. It's a decision taken by the requester, the salesperson, to select, I'm using this AI outsource, or this, I want a design outsource. And they have the option. And I'll be very frank with you guys, AI is not for everything. I think that where we'll get to is probably about 60 to 70% will be AI, and some of the clients will still want bespoke design, and that's where we are. So in answer to the technical handshake, it's light. It's about exposing those APIs and plumbing the systems together.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much, Kevin. That was brilliant. And thank you to everyone that came along. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are interested in talking to us more about MediaFairy and how it might help your business, then do go onto our website, mediafairy.com, and leave us a contact there, and we'll get back in touch with you and arrange a private call where we can go deeper dive on the demo and answer any other questions that you might have. So thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.